Welcome everybody to our Backlash predictions today. Well, one, we've got our predictions, and two, we've got a new, a woman joining us in prediction entertainment now. But let's
Ooh.
kick it off with from New Jersey. It's Chris.
Tick tock.
Right, as his team's name is known as Team Supernova. Up next from Chicago, it's Ryan. Or as his team known as is Team Mox.
Tick.
The Monday
Now,
Night Messiah.
this last one, we don't know her team name yet, but coming from Aberdeen, Scotland, Charlotte. Char, we don't know your team name, so you thought of one yet? Because your team name will have your own merchandise and people can buy your merchandise and stuff soon.
Oh, I don't know.
Sure, hopefully think that one before the end of the show, hopefully. But now I've done this, you can now see all three of them. Char on the right, Ryan's in the middle, and Chris is in black and white for some reason on the left. Right, are you guys ready for the first match on the show, which I think will most happen first?
Let's do it.
First match on the show for the Raw Tag Team Championship, the Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders. Shah, you didn't write this down because it only just got announced, so you have to try and guess it. Right, for you. But Chris, who have you got?
So first match.
Street Profits versus the Viking Raiders.
Let's see. Both teams are honestly athletic. Both teams hold the NXT tag titles and the Raw tag titles. But honestly, I was kind of disappointed how the War Raiders title reign ended so quickly. I honestly thought they would have like much longer reign than I thought, and Street Profits winning the titles from Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy, like that was good. But overall, like I'm probably gonna have to give this win to the War Raiders.
Fair enough. Ryan, who have you got?
It's a pretty even match. They did fight on Raw before, like I think about a month ago or so, before all these games started happening. You know, with the bowling and the fucking arrows or whatever the hell they did. I wasn't paying attention to that. And now all of a sudden the match has just been made official, like randomly, that nobody expected that. I mean, you knew the match was coming, you just didn't know when. So it's a good thing now they're actually fighting. So I don't know how long the Street Profits held the titles for, but I think they've been champs for a good amount of time. Maybe, just maybe, the Viking Raiders will pull this one off and become two-time Raw Tag Team Champions, but I'm still kind of 50-50 on this. But if I had to choose just one team to go for the W, I'd probably say the Street Profits to retain.
Okay. Shah, I know you're new to this, but who have you got?
Tony
What, the
Atlas.
first one?
The Street Profits are the current champions, and the Viking Raiders are the challengers. So.
I put down Apollo Crews.
No, that's the next match.
Oh, I don't have one for that one.
Right, just guess. Street Profits or Viking Raiders? Just guess one.
Probably the second one.
Viking Raiders.
Has anyone got turkey legs?
Viking Raiders.
Kind of
Okay.
hungry.
Me, as the current reigning prediction champion, I'm going to go with the Street Profits for this. And by the way, guys, I won this at Money in the Bank. But now I don't just have
You didn't
Ryan.
deserve it.
I did deserve it. I won by one.
Mm-mm.
Thing is, though,
Get that shit out of here, bro.
I won this, but I don't just have Ryan and Chris against me now. I've got Shah against me.
You
So
won this from my
it's
asshole.
even harder now because now it's a fatal four-way for the title. But yes, Chris as the comedian apparently. But up next we've got Apollo Crews versus Andrade for the United States Championship. Let's go from Shah first. Shah, who have you got?
Apollo Crews.
So she thinks a retain for Apollo Crews. By the way, guys, they're all on phones, so they can use effects, but I can't. That's why Chris is
What
doing
the
that.
hell?
But Ryan, who have you got for this match?
I have to agree with Shar. Apollo Crews. Andrade, he was already U.S. champ for a long time, and that triple threat match that they had with him, Kevin Owens, and Angel Garza, I kind of wanted Garza to win, just because I didn't want to see Andrade face Apollo Crews again. But he stole the win from Angel Garza on Monday, so now he's fighting Crews again. And Crews just won the U.S. title, man. It's his first title in WWE in over 5 years. The man should have won a title a long time ago. This title win was long overdue for him. So there's no doubt in my mind he's going to retain that title.
Okay. Chris, who have you got?
Apollo Crews.
Apollo
Yay.
Crews. Well, I think this is a first time that we're all going to agree because I'm going to also say Apollo Crews. Again, I agree with Ryan. They've literally just given him the championship, so I don't see why they're going to let him drop it that quick. Up next is Jeffrey Hardy versus the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
He really just said Jeffrey Hardy.
Jeffrey Hardy. Yes. So let's go to Ryan first. Who have you got?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. The rivalry's been building up for a good amount of time now, and it's crazy the things that's been going on the past few weeks on SmackDown. And now they had this like hit and run angle where Elias got hit by a car and nobody knows who did it. And then Sheamus pretty much framed Jeff Hardy for being the victim, or the suspect, I mean. And then he tried to make him do like a freaking drug test or whatever, like a piss test, and he ended up throwing it in his face. That shit was funny. But I don't think he actually like, real piss in his face because one, that did not look like piss. That looked like apple juice.
That's what I said, apple juice.
And two, even if it was piss, everybody would have fucking gagged, and all the announcers would have been like, "Oh, that what is that smell? That's horrible. That's nasty." But there was no reaction, so obviously that was not piss.
You should have thrown it at Corey Graves.
Alright, but Shah, who have you
But
got?
I'm going with Jeff Hardy for the win.
Jeff Hardy.
The man just came back not too long ago, and he won over Cesaro Money in the Bank. Got to have another big win for him.
Okay.
You want to be taken seriously. So
Shah, who have you got?
I've got Jeff Hardy as well.
Any reason? Or just Jeff Hardy?
Well, he's one of them that I actually know.
Okay. Chris, who have you got?
Jeff Hardy.
I'm going to go against you guys.
Oh.
I think this rivalry will continue. So I reckon Chris, get that finger out of my face. And why is my thing going off? But I reckon Sheamus will win this match, and then what's the pay-per-view after this? Extreme Rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
Extreme Rules.
I reckon
So I
Jeff
think
will win
live-
that one, and then I reckon the blow-off match will be at SummerSlam. So I reckon Sheamus will win this one. Jeff will get his comeback at Extreme Rules.
There you
then
go again, stuff like that.
Jeff will win that. But yeah, I throw Sheamus. So it could go against me here. But up next, a triple threat women's tag team title match. It is
Hey.
Sasha Banks and Bayley, the champions,
Mm.
versus the
Ew.
Iconics versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Who you got, Chris?
I'm going to have to go with Alexa and Nikki to win them back. Because honestly, the lesbian kangaroos got to go.
That's the Iconics, by the way, guys. Please referring
Bailey
to.
and Sasha,
Oh.
they be licking each other's pussies. Bailey looked like a fucking dude.
Yeah, Brian. The idea about me and you maybe talking to some wrestlers on Zoom or something, that's just scrap that. No, that's just ruined it that for us. So yeah. But okay, Ryan, who have you got?
Sasha and Bailey to retain.
You asshole!
Of
Just
course.
because
Of
they're
course.
gonna pull it off. I keep saying it for months and months, but I think they're finally gonna pull it off, or where they're gonna hold on to the tag team titles for a good amount of time, and then when the time's right, they will lose the tag team titles because of Sasha or because of Bailey, whichever one, and then from there the rivalry will start, and then once it builds its way up, Sasha can take that title finally.
Okay, sure. Who you got?
Bailey's a horrible champion. Fact.
I went with Bliss and Cross because Bliss is one of my favorites. I love all her outfits, and so I'm just gonna have to go with her.
By the way, guys, I think Char's watching Backlash with us tonight, so she'll be a bit more catched up with what's going on. But
You're actually
I'm
gonna
gonna go against all three of you. I have to
she's
say,
actually gonna watch it?
what?
Did she say she's actually gonna watch it?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna give her my details so she can watch it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go against all three of you and go with the what does Chris call them?
Lesbian kangaroos.
I see it happening. I see them win it back because they're the most legitimate tag team currently. But
Ryan.
all right, come on, PG, come on, get out of it.
Get the fuck out of
It
here.
isn't PG, so
No.
fuck you.
Listen, because I feel like they're gonna hold it for a little while, but then lose to someone in NXT.
Hell no. That's not gonna happen.
No.
Kiss my ass.
But I'm gonna go with the Iconics. It could bite me in the ass again, but Iconics is my
I'm gonna throw this at your face. You say the Iconics again.
You make me sick.
Shut up. Dickhead. All right, next match for the Raw Women's Championship: Asuka versus Nia Jax.
The fat cheesecake woman.
Is that the one I called the Suka?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chris, get that effect off your face. Sure, who have you got? Asuka or Nia Jax?
Asuka,
Asuka.
not a Suka.
Ryan, who have you got?
Asuka.
Asuka.
Fuck Nia Jax.
Chris.
You want a fucker? What the hell's wrong with you?
Chris, who have you got?
You're the one that calls her a lesbian cheesecake. What are you talking about?
Chris, who have you
Correct
got?
you. She's a fat cheesecake.
Chris,
Or a lesbian.
who have you got?
Asuka.
Asuka as well. That one's too easy. Up next, the 2-on-1 handicap match. It is Braun Strowman versus The Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey.
Hey.
Ho,
Ho,
ho.
What are you calling a hoe, you hoe?
Shut up, you ho. Ryan, who have you
You're
got? Ryan, who have you got?
Braun Strowman. There's no way they're gonna have Miz and Morrison be co-Universal Champion because when did they ever pull off two
Well,
guys
that's one
being
that went and then they
world
turn against each
champion at
other,
the same
but
time? It's not gonna happen.
Okay. Shah, who have you got?
Braun Strowman.
Nice one. Chris.
Braun Strowman.
Again, Braun Strowman. But
By the way, can we mention the fact that this man legit freaking tipped over yet another vehicle?
yeah.
Like, when was the last time he done that exactly?
Damn.
Wasn't that when Roman was in the ambulance or something like that?
No, I think it was a TLC when it was a 5-on-3 match. As far as I know.
Oh yeah, it couldn't have been that.
But,
And there was also that time when he flipped that truck over after he was removed from the triple threat match at the Royal Rumble.
By the way,
yeah,
this
yeah.
man
Ended up being
version of
added back to it.
all he does is just wreck shit up.
Yeah. But I reckon in
Why
this
everyone loves
match,
this guy.
I reckon in
Wreck
this,
my Suka.
I reckon in this match, they're gonna mention about Strowman losing against Sami Zayn, Nakamura, and Cesaro. At one time, that was 3-on-1. I reckon I mentioned something about that. But on to the next match. I think this will be just before the main event. Drew McIntyre versus
Booby Trashley.
Bobby Lashley. Who have you
No,
got?
it's Booby
And
Trashley, not
why?
Bobby Lashley.
Chris, who have you got and why?
I mean, Bobby Lashley, he did return after WrestleMania 34, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, honestly, I was really impressed how he returned, and then afterwards made him turn heel, which I really didn't like a lot. And then afterwards started a story with Anal, and then have MVP.
Lana.
Shut up. Anyway, I have an MVP manage him now. So what? Now he got MVP and Anal managing him, but whatever. And Drew McIntyre, on the other hand, returned to NXT, won the NXT Championship, and then made his way back to the main roster, aligning himself with Dolph Ziggler. And then afterwards, he had a phenomenal run and quite an undefeated streak too. Won the Royal Rumble and then became WWE Champion at WrestleMania, which he truly deserves. Had a successful run in Money in the Bank against Seth Rollins, aka Judas. And yeah, I can honestly say I would like to see McIntyre retain.
Okay.
Despite the fact how much I want to see Lashley win the title for his own, I think McIntyre will hold on to the title for a long time.
So 2 things. 1, Chris and McIntyre, and 2, guys, that is history with Chris. But okay, so Chris says McIntyre. Ryan, who have you got?
Tony Atlas.
No. Alright, well, obviously we all know what WWE is planning. They obviously want Lesnar and Lashley at SummerSlam. But people are kind of 50-50 on this match just because these men fought for the world title in different promotions, talking about TNA. And Lashley was world champion at the time. And McIntyre was the challenger. But regardless, yes, I do want to see Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, but in my opinion, it does not need to be over a freaking world title. Just have these two men come out and destroy each other. You don't need to do over a world title. McIntyre, he just won the title at WrestleMania. Been a couple months now. Let him keep doing what he's doing. Be a dominant world champion, at least for a good 6 months. Or maybe if you wanted to go longer than that, but the man is fine where he's at currently. He does not need to lose that title right away. So, yeah, keep the title McIntyre the way it is.
Okay. Shah, who you got?
I picked Bobby.
You picked Booby.
You went
Booby.
You went against Drew McIntyre, who's actually from Scotland.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
I'm ashamed of you.
She went against her own, one of her own.
It's just because he looks hot.
That's shocking.
You're not even from Scotland, Kurt. You're from England, so shut up.
I said one of her own, not my own.
I thought you said one of our own.
I heard that too.
Well, UK wise, yeah.
But you're not from Scotland, so shut your ass.
No, but okay, who's from England? Pete Dunne's from England. I know that. Tyler Bate. Yeah. So Bobby Lashley then, yeah. Well, I'm gonna go with my boys and pick Drew McIntyre for this win. But I wouldn't be surprised.
No, Bobby Lashley.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Shah does pick up the win for this. So, knowing Vince McMahon. But
Here's the thing. Do you think this match will end clean or would it end in a DQ?
DQ. They might.
Because that's another thing I could probably see happening. Maybe Drew wins by DQ and he retains the title, or
Lashley
he
gets
gets
his
clean and they have a rematch at Extreme Rules.
Maybe. But guys and girls, now, what is known as the greatest wrestling match ever? Very high stakes for these two, but it's the Rated R superstar Edge versus the Viper, Randy Orton. They've got massive stakes here. Apparently, this match will be better than Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man, better than Andre versus Hogan, Punk versus Cena, Michaels versus Taker, The Rock versus Steve Austin. Apparently, it's better than all of them. But who have you got and why? Sure.
I picked Edge.
That's the safest option, probably. Ryan, who have you got?
Edge won the first battle of WrestleMania, last man standing match. However, I don't know if this is gonna end right away. I feel like they're gonna do one more match, just because it's WWE. So maybe Randy will pull off with the W this time, and maybe he'll pick up the win. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but I think knowing him, he'll probably do some sort of counter into the RKO.
Shame.
Spear to the RKO. Or
Shame.
somehow he's just gonna catch Edge from out of nowhere. But from what I'm hearing is apparently they already showed this match, but they didn't air it yet. And what I heard is this was a pretty long match. So just be prepared.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I said, I don't know what they're gonna pull off here, but there's what I'm hearing. They're saying it's a great match. I just don't know who's gonna win it all. But in my opinion, I think Randy Orton's gonna pull off with the W this time.
Okay.
So I'm going. Sorry, Shar.
Chris, who are you going for?
Let's see.
If you say Edge, but you're wearing a Randy Orton shirt, I'm gonna laugh.
I was just about to say that.
I kind of want Edge to win, though. That's the thing. I'm sorry. I know I'm wearing a Randy Orton shirt.
Get out of here now!
Whoa.
You know, you want me to get out? Okay, I got a better idea.
Oh, God. We're going to see it again, guys.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
God! Oh my lord!
Now, if that was Sherton, we'll have to blur it. Unless Chris shows something down below, then we have to blur that. But
Well,
okay.
if he could do it, you know.
No.
Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah!
Unlike these two, I'm not going to actually do it. I don't want demonetized. I want money for this. But okay, I'm going to go with. Oh. That's over Randy. I agree with Brian there. But I don't think their blow-up match will be Extreme Rules. I think they'll be at SummerSlam, and I reckon they will do a little tease tag team at Extreme Rules.
You're saying they're gonna reunite for one time only at Extreme Rules at Rated RKO?
They'll go, okay, fair enough, respects. Rated RKO. Maybe for the tag titles, not really sure. And then Randy will be Randy and just, you know.
Right.
But I reckon in this match, I reckon they will tease the Punk kick again.
Okay. I can see that.
It's targeting Edge's, neck, innit? So I reckon they'll tease it. But my prediction's Randy on. So guys, that is our Backlash predictions. And again, we do apologise for Chris putting wrestlers' bums in your faces. I don't know why. So I have been Kevin Owens.
You're not Kevin Owens.
That has been Charlotte Flair, but with just darker hair. the one at Messiah, Seth Rollins,
And Killer Cross.
and Chubby Andrade.
You asshole.
No, I've been Kurt.
I've been Chris.
Sure.
Ryan.
We'll see you hopefully soon.